Morning folks, today's a pretty early one. I'm down by Wick River. It's about 4:30 in the morning. You wouldn't believe it though from the daylight, and we're heading down Wick River to find a place to have a brew, sit down and just take in some nature. It truly is beautiful along here this time of the morning. You can probably hear plenty of rooks shouting over me right now. And the best thing about this time of the morning is you'll get all the birds out that aren't out during the day as much on the more open areas like here, where there's a car park and it's a noisier part of town. So this time of the morning it's quite possible to see things like herons and other birds that are usually scared away quite easily. It was about this time of year that we start to see the early in blooming flowers disappearing. Like the daffodils are pretty much all died off now. About this time the bluebells will start to disappear, but every now and again you'll find some hidden away, like down the side of the river here. And it's just nice to see them still around. So I'm just following the path down now, so you'll see little bits along the way like this, where people are putting little bird boxes, if you can hear me over the rooks. And on the other side of the river there's actually quite a few bat boxes that have been made by, I'm assuming, local groups. You can see up there, and I'll try and zoom in if I can, but there's another bird box just up there. And we're heading just over the bridge on this side of the river, which is the side that isn't the train station. That's where they have the county show, I believe it's called, which is where I'm hoping to go this year. And you see tractors and there's local stalls with local jams and things, and it sounds really good. So if I get a chance, I'm going to go and I'm going to film it. I think they're oyster catchers, those squeaky ones shouting over me there. And you really do see a lot of wildlife and a lot of birds down here. And if you've got the Merlin app, which I'll put a little picture of what logo to look for on the App Store, you can record where you are and it will tell you what bird you're hearing if you're not sure which ones they are. Here are some ducks. Mallards, I believe. They're female mallard. You can always tell the difference between a female duck and a male duck pretty much by the males are pretty and have lots of colours on them, and the females tend to be more of a brown colour. The opposite to what you would expect, I guess. The water line's pretty low here at the moment. I'm not sure what the tide is because this is a tidal river as well, but due to the heat we've been having recently and lack of rainfall, the riverbanks have really been quite low. Just coming up in front of me we've got the crossing for the bridge, and we've also got the Wick campsite, which has a really cool little seating area and posh vending machine, but it's pretty cool. But as you come along the swing park, you've got the bridge just behind me over here. Let's have a look. With a beautiful glow coming over Wick this morning. We're probably coming up to 4:45 in the morning. Glow coming over the spire there of the recently closed church. And I'm going to walk this way a little bit further before I go and cross the first bridge that takes you to the second bridge, because along here you'll see lots of rabbits. Probably as close as I'm going to be allowed to get to them. I'll try and set the camera up one morning and see if we can hide off on a bench somewhere and just let the rabbits come to it. It truly is beautiful. Got a little footbridge that takes you over the first bit, and now on the second bridge. This is the bridge that takes you over the main part of the river. We've got some mallards just over there you might be able to see, and they're hobbling over the rocks to try and get to the water. We've got that beautiful glow coming over the other side of Wick there, spire of the church, and there's another one there, and you just about see the incinerator chimney of the hospital, you know, beautiful and all that. And as we approach the end of the bridge here, we come over to a grassland part of Wick, which is right by the main high street, and this is where they have the Highlands show and a few other things similar, fun fairs, all that sort of thing, which I try and show a little bit on this channel. It's interesting to see. Having only been here about 2 years now, I'm still learning what's every year and what's not every year. Part of the river I was on, the other side, leads you past the children's park, swing park, to where the rabbits were, and that's also where the campsite is. If you're staying in the campsite, you can just take a short walk along over the bridge if you like, and you're into the town to have a beer or a bite to eat. This time of the morning is amazing. I just love seeing all the birds and seeing all the rabbits, and sometimes you even see deer down here. Just a really lovely place to come and sit, and even if you only come this far, it really is pretty. Little sparrows just ahead. I believe they're house sparrows. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. Still got that nice glow coming over the hill there, and we can just about see the spire poking its head up over the top of the hill there. So where I am now, you can just about see over the river some camper vans and some tents. That is where the Wick campsite is. As I said, I'm going to show the little coffee and seating area when I get a chance, because it's a nice little part of our community where people don't really realise it's there. I believe the lounge is pretty new. Seagull here hiding in the... you're running from me, are you? There goes the little tail. I'm learning about different birds at the moment with an app that a YouTuber called Andy the Gardener showed me. I'm going to put his link in the bottom of the video, because if you love nature and hiking and walks, he's a fantastic bloke to get in tune with, because he's got years of knowledge on gardening and different birds and all sorts of things. We've got a beautiful glow still just behind me. I almost look holy, but the truth is, if I walked in a church, I'd probably set on fire. Off to find somewhere to have a brew. I'm now walking up a little viewpoint area, and it really shows how low the water line is, because you can barely see the water. It's great here, especially if you've got little kids with you, or you're like me and you like to learn about the different species and things, because they've got a couple of boards on the flowers and the types of birds you might see here, like the oyster catchers that I was talking about. And you've got the otters, which I have seen, and I really hope I can catch on camera for this channel, because that was one of the things that when I really was in a low place, it was the otters one morning that got me. One, I went and got glasses again so I could see, because I wasn't sure if they were otters I saw, and two, just how cool they are, and I'd love to show that on camera. We've got some, pretty sure that's an oyster catcher flying over there into the glow of the sun rising over Wick here. It must be about 5:30, 5:15. Got a view looking back towards town centre there, the bridge in the horizon, and you might even see a couple of spires as well of some churches. And we look out towards some of the more rural little clusters of houses as you go out towards places like Haster and Milton and other places that are pretty close to Wick. And I'm going to be heading back down this little ramp. Can you hear those birds? It's brilliant. I'm just going to take a moment to listen to exactly what you can hear at this time of the morning. We've got cows over in front of us there. And look at that. That's brilliant. So I'm about halfway along the river now, towards what I call the stairs to nowhere. Pretty much what it says on the tin, but I'll show you when I get there. Now we're further out of Wick. We're getting sort of nice views of farms and little cottages across there, and bigger farmhouses. Birds flying over, and the sun's coming up. They got the best life. A beautiful part of Scotland, next to a river. They got the sunshine of the morning reflecting off their coats, making them a golden brown. And the only noise other than that annoying English fella recording is the birds. This is the rickety old bridge, and part of these videos right now are to show some family and friends down south that either can't get up here right now or possibly can't get up here just because how far it is, what it looks like up here and what my walks kind of consist of. The sun shines a bit higher now. You can still see the spire in the distance. We've got the cows over there, and we got the rickety old bridge, which really is rickety. Worn old stairs, and I won't go across it right now, but one of those. But as we come along here now, just a beautiful area, and that marks the end of the road. As we come up here now, we've got the staircase, which I call the staircase to nowhere. Did you hear that? So as I get to the end of this path now, we've got what I call the staircase to nowhere. So at the top of this staircase here, as we go past these pretty yellow plants, we've got these old stairs made from, I'm assuming it's Caithness stone, where it would have come from one of the local quarries, probably blasted out many years ago. And as we get to the top, not only do we have just the most beautiful view looking back towards Wick, but we also have a little bit further on the path where you're met with the bushes you walked up the side on the stairs and two fields with a couple of stones, and that's why I called it the staircase to nowhere. So I think this is a pretty good view to have a brew. So I think it's time to set up the gear and have a brew. Set my camera up. It's probably a bit low, but we'll see how we go. And we're going to try out this camping stove that I've only used once. And would you believe, comes in a tiny little, let's see if I can get a bit closer, a tiny little red box. And we're speaking next to my phone even. Absolutely tiny. So it's in a little carry case, and it all just folds out, and this is a perfect stone to put it on. I got this little set here which I got cheap online. Again, that was about £15. This was probably about £15. It's real lightweight, and it's a 3-part set. So you've got a kettle in it, which I'm going to use today. There's a pot which the handles pop out, and you can use it for your, I don't know, pasta dishes or whatever, because it's pretty deep. Also has a little frying pan, which we're going to try out in another episode, I reckon. Do some food one morning, maybe some sausages or something. What I also get from that campsite, which I showed you, is a little thing of camping gas. And it's great, it's just got a little hose that it connects to, so it's not balancing on top of the stove. And obviously the most important part is water. Turn the gas on. Woo. Brew going there. We've got our view going here, and it really is all the way round. So let's find my very manly mug and my very manly strong coffee. But there really is nothing better than starting your morning, especially nice and early, with a brew and a pretty damn good view. So if you join along on this episode, thank you. We're only in May, or we're getting towards the end of May now. So we've got all the summer to come. We've got winter, we've got possible snow, there's so much to see. And I've got so many places planned to go, do, and, well, experience, especially have a gander. But I cannot complain at this morning's view. That's sideways. Why is that sideways? Oh, I feel like a pensioner trying to use a camera.